Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon. Happy holidays, everybody. Good evening and good morning. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits. We have a very big emergency right now, okay? This is some breaking news, breaking news. We got some things to talk about right now. We got some things to talk about. And I got to be honest, man, oh man, I am not believing the hype right now. I'm just going to be completely straight funky with you. I am not believing the hype. So please do me a favor before we get into everything, all right? Before we get into this conversation, please do me a solid. Please do me a solid right quick. All right? Do me a solid. Hit that like button down below. Crush it, do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on these other platforms. If you are watching on these other platforms like Facebook, X/, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, make sure you are hitting that reaction button on those platforms. Of course, also make sure you hit that follow button, all right? Follow over there because there's a lot of content and a lot of stuff I'm talking about on the likes of Facebook that I'm not talking on here or have enough time to jump on a video and do a video formatted video for you guys. So sometimes I'm doing it in written form as a post. So go over there. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're following my Facebook page, okay? Subscribe here on my YouTube channel right here, The Pascal Show. Go and subscribe to my second channel, The Pascal Show Clips, and my third channel, Pascal Raw. We got some things coming in the new year on that third channel, so make sure you are subscribed to all three channels. Hit that notification bell, set it to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because honestly, it is random. I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. It is random, and a lot of times it's breaking news, and especially with this whole holiday time, things are going to be a little sporadic and a little weird, okay? So make sure that notification bell is set to all so you know whenever things are going down. All right? Hit that join button down below, become a member, support the channel if you can. Of course, if you want to support even further, go check out my Patreon, and of course, check out pascalmerch.com. Pascalmerch.com. We got some really, really great stuff over there. Pascalmerch.com. Okay, Daco. Okay, chérie. We have got to get into this conversation. We got things to talk about this afternoon. This very merry Christmas Eve. Let me just say this for those of y'all who are actually celebrating Christmas Eve or Christmas. Merry Christmas to every single last one of y'all. I'm sure I won't be seeing you guys tomorrow. But if ish hits the fan, I might have to squeeze in a show before all the festivities are cracking. You feel me? But here's the other thing, too. I want to say this, too. There will be a holiday show. It's just not happening before Christmas time. It's going to happen a little bit after Christmas time. There's just been too much craziness going on. My schedule's been out of control. I've been trying to find some sort of balance in my life with the stuff that we do for our family stuff and our family stuff and all that, just trying to find a time to do it with y'all. It is going to go down. It's just not going to happen right before Christmas. I mean, tomorrow, dagnabbit, is Christmas. So it ain't going to happen tomorrow, I tell you what. But we are going to be hanging out and having a great time and do some sort of Christmas show. All right. I've been sick a lot over the past month, so it's been really tough to do anything. We are going to do something. It's just not going to be like we usually do every year with all the skits and the music performances and all that. I was very sick over, from November to now. Okay. If you guys remember, in November, I lost my voice and I was still doing shows. And then I got sick again, real sick again. Still doing shows, covering all the craziness that's been going on. So again, like I said, I'm going to try my best to do some sort of holiday show after Christmas, okay? Because tomorrow's Christmas. But as long as we get to hang out with each other, that's all that matters. And that's exactly what the hell we are going to do. But again, happy Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve to every single last one of y'all. And of course, if I don't see you guys tomorrow, hopefully I don't see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully there's no ish hitting the fan tomorrow. If there is ish hitting the fan tomorrow, we going to be on here and I'm just going to be like, hi guys, Merry Christmas. Okay. But I'm just going to say it now. Merry Christmas to every single last one of y'all. Happiest of holidays to all y'all. Because not everybody's celebrating Christmas. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you name it. Merriest of holidays to all of you. Okay. But we have got to get into, I got to hit the button because we got to get into some diabolicalness. And when I say diabolicalness, this diabolicalness is diabolical. The diabolical is diabolicaling. Okay? That's the only way I could say it. We out here, and it's just been, we've been out here waiting for information. We've been out here waiting for truth and transparency. We've been waiting for these files to just drop like it's hot. We figured Christmas time was going to be quite an eye-opening, like we were expecting it to be like our Christmas presents, right? Surprised about what's inside the box, what's underneath those beautifully and perfectly and carefully wrapped presents that our loved ones are giving to us, right? We were expecting all of it to drop all at one time, and we would be looking through it for like the next couple weeks, right? But no, we already know about all this. I'm just giving you guys a quick recap. They just dropped the chunk, like Friday. They dropped the chunk, and it was nothing. Real talk, it was just nothing. All right. Whole bunch of look at Bill Clinton out there with his chesticles out, with his taco meat out and everything. I don't know, like it's kind of like his white spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? Like that thin spaghetti, because black guys they got the taco meat. You know what I'm saying? Like the kernels, and then the white dudes with the hairy hair. That's like angel hair. You know what I'm saying? It's like angel hair spaghetti. But it's white. you know what I'm talking about, ladies. Okay. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So he got the chesticles. You see the little angel hair just intertwined. Okay. Some information we didn't need to know. But we now know what he looks like without his shirt on. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And they're sitting there going, look at Bill. DOJ is literally saying, don't you see? It's Bill. Ooh, he even got more. Let's throw in Michael Jackson. Ooh, dagnab. Wait a second. We even got Chris Tucker. Oh, my Diana Ross up in this mother lover. Throw it all out, baby. Just throw it out and see what happens, right? And we all clutched our pearls. Even me. I was like, oh, no, not Chris Tucker, man. Not him. Right? I even was sad, and I shed a tear for Mick Jagger. Okay? I even shed a tear for him too. And David Copperfield. I was like, I was a loss for words. I was mad. Okay? We were all shooketh. We all expected Bill Clinton. And I'm going to say this like I've said in every video and every live. Bill Clinton still, in my opinion, has a lot of explaining to do. I don't know about you guys, but just because he says my name's Bill and I'm not one that's down for the thrill. Okay, I didn't do nothing. I did not have relations with that woman, which was a lie. So for me, he out here chesticles, angel hair. You know what I'm saying? Just out here, man meat, just out. You feel me? In jacuzzis, hanging out with women sitting on his lap, redacted, not his wife, not his children, redacted human beings, females on his lap, in jacuzzis, in pools next to Jizzy. Yeah, I'm side-eyeing him. I'm sorry. Yeah, angel hair pasta, Sammy. The angel hair pasta. You saw what I'm saying? The angel hair spaghetti, right? I'm side-eyeing him. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be real. I'm side-eyeing him. And until he says, or, they're able to do their due diligence and they're like, oh, yeah, he did nothing wrong, then there it is. Okay. And yes, I still think that, yes, he was a hound dog. You know what I mean? He out there just hounding. He a pea hound for sure. But were littles his cup of tea? I think not. But I could be wrong. Somebody's appetite could venture out to something more disturbing. You never know, right? But nonetheless, everybody else on there, I'm like, man, yes, Michael Jackson and Kevin Spacey. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors about them. Kevin Spacey was just acquitted on all these kinds of accusations about how he is with men and boys, but not women. But he was still standing right next to a nasty, disturbing, disgusting individual like Jeffrey Epstein. So like I said, look into it, do your due diligence. But I will say, just because they're in these photos does not automatically mean that they're up to no good as well. But I say still look into it. Hopefully they do their due diligence. But something happened. Something happened the other day. In fact, I forgot to pull it up. And I want to pull it up right now. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I have this up because we should see this. We should see this. Now, yesterday I did a video where, yesterday I did a video where the heck is it? Hold on, guys. I did a video that I think is very important that we all see for ourselves as well. Or, that we circle back and talk about it because this is all very important. Because there's been a lot of BS as of late. A lot of BS lies. A lot of crap. A lot of fugazis. And I think a lot of red herrings. And I think this is all very important. Now, yesterday morning, I even did a short about this. And yes, somebody just asked, I saw in the corner of my eye, I need to say this just before I forget it. Sorry for the ADHD. It's just been a long day. All right. It's already been a long day. The holidays be out here. It's diabolical with these schedules and the times that we have to be at for certain family events and stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But side note really quick. Yes, I did report about Melody Buzzard. I already talked about that. Her body was found. They believe that she was gone, that she was unalived back in October. And her mother, her biological mother, because it's not right to even call her mother, but Ashley Buzzard has finally been arrested. And now she is looking at some charges for her connection to Melody Buzzard's demise. And of course, she went missing, right? And she's been missing for months, but her remains have been found. Just so you guys know, all right? I just want to make that abundantly clear and I did that as a short. So make sure, like I said, make sure you use that notification bell so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, whenever I put up a short, you get all the updates because I'm putting in a lot of things very quickly. Sometimes I'm shooting from inside my car and giving you guys updates right then and there in shorts. Not me wearing shorts, though. I know some of y'all would like to see me in shorts. I'm kidding. But I'm talking about video shorts, YouTube shorts. So make sure you have that notification set to all, okay? But her body has been found. Ashley Buzzard, the mother, has been arrested. Now, let's get back over to this conversation, okay? Because like I said, I already talked about this. So this is very interesting here. Yesterday, the DOJ put up this BS. And we got to take a look at this just to circle back, because I also talked about this in a short on YouTube, just to make that abundantly clear. That's why I say make sure that notification bell is set to all, please, and thank you. Okay, so you're up to date on everything that I'm talking about, because this news stuff coming out is coming out rapid fire, and I'm doing everything I can to keep up. All right, so, but this stuff I'm keeping an eye on. The DOJ came out with some BS tweet, y'all. This is stupid. I'm hitting this button before we even go because this is diabolical BS. So hear me out. This is from the DOJ. This is what they put on a tweet or a post on X, however you call this platform. They said the DOJ has officially released nearly 30,000 more pages of documents related to JE. Some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against Donald Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they had a shred of credibility, they certainly would have been weaponized against President Trump already. Nevertheless, out of our commitment to the law and transparency, the DOJ is releasing these documents with the legally required protections for Epstein's victims. Now, let's just talk about this for a second. I already talked about this a little bit, but we a family. We gonna talk about it even more. You mean to tell me that you had years with these files in your possession, some semblance of the DOJ, because I know Pam Bondi wasn't the head of the DOJ back in the day. But you mean to tell me that the DOJ in general had these files sitting on their desk for years? And they didn't make a decision to be like, maybe we should just take out all the crap. Let's take out all the stuff, the fluff and the stuff and the fake things out of the files because they're not important. They don't lead to anything. They're just fluff and fake news. Or, this is where I get a little weird, and this is when the tinfoil hat comes on. So, did they just happen to just randomly sprinkle a light peppering, if you will, of fake news into the files just to throw people off? Come on, man. Come on now. And what's interesting is somebody just said about doing the la la la, doing giving a blow to Bubba, right? So you mean to tell me all that other stuff that we saw, the other round of files that dropped weeks ago, that stuff wasn't real either? It's just all fake? Like I said, it is the DOJ's responsibility to rifle through the thousands, millions, hundreds of thousands, or millions of files and figure out what is real and what is not. And then also, let's not forget, redact only those who are actual victims, not co-conspirators, not anybody who is out here not a victim. Co-conspirators should be exposed. Everything else should be exposed. The likes of names that may have done terrible, terrible acts of vicious crimes and then some to victims alike should be exposed, not redacted. So again, you got 119 pages that were just completely blacked out. Why? They say, oh, it was for the protection of the victims, guys. It was the protection of the victims, guys. You see, we were trying to protect them. No, they weren't doing that. They're trying to protect somebody else, somebody's else, because there's now allegedly multiple co-conspirators to Epstein. And no, I'm not talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and her lying ass. We're talking about other co-conspirators that are tied to this whole thing, that their names are getting redacted, or whoops, they just happen to disappear and are not being seen anymore. I just wanted to remind you of this. This is what they said yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away, right? Not so much. We still have problems here. It's not getting any better. Because again, yesterday I did a video that we need to talk about. All right. Which, of course, We got so much more that is just insane. But I want to share this with y'all. First off, we did this video. I was like, get out. This is insane. You got an Epstein letter written to Larry Nassar, the Olympic doctor, the Olympic gymnastics, U.S. Olympic gymnastics doctor, who did a whole lot of nasty stuff, convicted, seeing the rest of his life inside of a prison, did the terrible things to the likes of Simone Biles and other amazingly gifted Olympic athletes on the U.S. gymnastics team, female girls team, women's team, all right? Epstein allegedly writes a letter to this piece of trash. And it goes to the tune of something like this. Dear LN, Larry Nassar, as you know by now, I have taken the short route home. Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies and the hope they'd reach their full potential grows. Because you know exactly what he's talking about, if this letter is true. Our president also shares our love of young nubile girls. When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab an S word, which is another, I can't use that word, but you get one. It's a slang for the ill na. Moving on though. Whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. Yours, J. Epstein. Now, this actually came from the DOJ files that were released late December 22nd. Not yesterday, but late on the 22nd of December. I want to make that abundantly clear. They put this out before they said the whole thing of that these things are untrue. We got files that are in there mixed up with all the other true things that are not true at all. So you mean to tell me all the things that are untrue and the things that are true are back to back with each other, so you can't even tell which end is up? This is wrong. This is all wrong. But what's crazy is that as soon as everybody was clutching their pearls in reaction to this whole letter that I even reacted to, I'm like, this is disgusting. They've been hiding this for this long. And I get it. Files can get buried and all that. But here, you don't see the title above or down below. You don't see that? Yeah, we got things to talk about, fam. We got things to talk about. After that letter comes out, they come out with this BS. Let's take a look at this, shall we? It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. He says, or they say, Pam Bondi, who's the head of the DOJ, says this. The FBI has confirmed this alleged letter from JE to LN is fake. The fake letter was received by the mail and flagged for the FBI at that time. The FBI made this conclusion based on the following facts. The writing does not appear to match Jeffrey Epstein's. The letter was postmarked 3 days after Epstein's demise out of Northern Virginia, where he was jailed, or when he was actually jailed in New York. Okay, fine. The return address does not or did not list the jail where Epstein was held and did not include his inmate number, which is required for outgoing mail. This fake letter serves as a reminder that just because a document is released by the Department of Justice does not make the allegations or claims within the document factual. Nevertheless, the DOJ will continue to release all material required by law. Am I the only one that is seeing them as they're posting this on X with this deep, disgusting, wide, mischievous smile with a diabolical laugh behind it? Am I the only one that sees they're like, yes, you asked for everything now, didn't you? Do you not see that? Like lightning's flashing, you know what I mean? Thunder and lightning is flashing behind them as they're like, "Rah, you asked for everything. Rah." Am I the only one that sees that? Because that's exactly what's happening here. We're giving you everything. You asked for everything. So we're giving you everything, even the fake stuff, baby. Do you see that? Ain't this some really messed up, diabolical bullshit? Come on now. Am I the only one who sees this? And what's sad is now when they put out all this stuff, all of it, they could literally go and use this as an excuse. That's fake. Sorry, guys, that stuff is fake. The letter to Larry Nassar, fake. Trump flying on Lolita Express countless times, way more than it's ever been reported, fake. Oh, Trump being accused of doing X, Y, and Z to these particular women, these particular victims, and it's all here in the files, fake. The birthday card that he made for Epstein and was saying, talking about enigmas and stuff, fake. They literally are walking everything back now. And my question is, how is the rest of the government going to react to this BS right here? Because this is BS. I want to curse so bad, but I'm trying. We in holy days now. Okay, I'm trying to be nice, but real talk. And I know we got kids around, but for a fact this is a bunch of BS. They're trying to play us, and they're trying to move. They're trying to pull a fast one on us, y'all. That's literally what it is. And you know what? What's crazy is that I guarantee you, they most definitely, I think, again, tinfoil hat on. I don't care. I'm going full blown Candace. I don't care. I think that they dropped a whole bunch of crap in there. That's what I think. They've had a little bit of time. Sure, they haven't been able to actually redact precisely, but they've had time to just go, oops, there's that file. That's not real. Oops, here's another one. That's what they're doing right now. Am I the only one who feels this? Put a number 1 if you feel me. If you feel me, put a number 1 in the chat. Because I feel that they're throwing in curveballs because they know for a fact we are all ravenously eating it up. And they're going, ooh, you just picked that one up. How funny that you picked that one up really quick. How fitting you found that letter days before he actually himself. Okay. Well, by the way, that's fake. You asked for everything, didn't you? Like some spiteful chica? Like a spiteful ex? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Why you got to be so cold? You don't have to be cold. Yes, we want everything, but we didn't mean everything. Hilarious, right? But this is actually happening in real time, guys. This is actually happening in real time. Now, that you got that a little bit of those catch-ups, because I didn't get a chance to do a short or a video talking about them saying, oh, yeah, that letter that you got, it's fake. And we've been putting out everything that you asked for. You asked for everything, did you not? Poor little thing. Poor little confused people. The cover-up is real, but we can't show it to you. But they're doing it right now in real time, guys. And they're making us look. They're trying to make us feel like we're dumb. But here's the thing, though. We ain't dumb, though. We ain't brilliant out here. Every single last one of us. Sure, we were born during the day, but we were definitely not born yesterday. so you can miss me with this nonsense. And like I said, I'm not the only one who feels this type of way. There are plenty of other people in the House. There is a bipartisan guttural reaction to the BS that the DOJ is doing right now. And let me tell you something. The DOJ is not there to protect Trump. Yeah. Just so you know. Did you know? But did you know that the DOJ is not there? It's not erected. Has not been put together to protect Trump or any of these evildoers that they are truly trying to protect. No, that's not their job. But it's very interesting that that's exactly what they're doing. And it may not be, let me just say this, they may not be just Trump that they're protecting. It may not even be Trump that they're protecting. Let's put this on the table here, guys. It's still a possibility that Trump is innocent, just like Bill Clinton could be in it. I can't say that with a Moving on, though. We still have to put that on the table. Maybe there's nothing going on. Maybe Trump did nothing nefarious. And only the bad crimes he did were outside and away from the island. We've been seeing that he's been doing stuff out here, and there's all kinds of bad, all kinds of illegal activity he's done in the past. But he's gotten away with it. He learned from the best, y'all. Roy Cohn. And if you don't know about Roy Cohn, go check out, what is it called? Bully, Coward, something. I forgot the title of the documentary. It's on HBO Max. Go check it out. It's very telling. It's very interesting. And it's all about Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn basically was Trump's Trump, if that makes any sense. You know, like the show called The Apprentice? He basically was Roy Cohn's apprentice, just so you know. He learned all that he knows from Roy Cohn. Check it out. It's wild. But moving on. He may not have anything to do with anything of this, of any sort, but he's protecting other people that might be in his pocket. That's a possibility. Or maybe he thinks that if truth was to come out, it could destroy our democracy as we know it. Maybe. I don't know. But by them constantly trying or constantly moving the goalpost or constantly trying to play the cheating boyfriend or the cheating lover, that's exactly what they're doing. They're gaslighting. They're basically saying, oh, no, that wasn't me that you saw at the club. Man, there's another dude out here that looks exactly like me. I don't know who he is. But that wasn't me, girl. Susan who? I don't know no Susan. What you talking about? You see what I'm saying? Nah, I was home. Yo, you can call my kid. Call up Ray Ray. Ask him what I was doing last night. I was playing Fortnite with that kid. Ask him. Call him up. He got the phone right next to him. Go ahead and call. Well, see, now I was playing Fortnite with him for a little bit, and then I went upstairs to take a shower, and then I went to bed. But I never went to the club with no Susan. I don't know no Susans. Susan who? You know exactly what I'm talking about. And every single time they get closer to the truth, they go, now, wait a second now. All right, so I went out for like 2 seconds, but I didn't meet nobody named Susan, though. I was talking to other girls, but I was talking to many girls there. People came up to me. I don't know what you're talking about. So maybe I saw or talked to a girl named Susan. Maybe I didn't. But I'm not out here doing anything bad, girl. Susan. Who the hell Susan? You see what I'm saying? It is the constant moving of the goalpost as best as they can. And that's exactly what we're seeing in real time right here now, too. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They throw out stuff and they go, oh, that letter isn't real. Surprise, surprise, right? It's not real. And there's other things in the files that are not real, just so you know. And instead of doing us a solid and giving us a list or putting it off to the side on in the files and basically saying, this is all fake, this is all, fabricated fake news crap, and put it nicely tied up in a nice little bow for transparency so that we can see those things for ourselves and we know what is real and what is fake. They don't do that. They throw it in there in the middle of all this other stuff to throw us all off and create as much red herrings as much as possible so that we're spending most of our Christmas holiday scratching our heads trying to figure out what is real and what is fake. That is what they're doing right now. But here's the thing. There's more. Yeah. You see the title down below or up above, wherever you're watching this show right here. And now they're trying to give us even more. Even more. Yeah. More. How do you like it? How do you like it? We got more. And I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. This is breaking news. DOJ, just about an hour or so ago, not very long ago, just came out and said, by the way, we found 1 million new files. Oh my gosh. So sorry. We're going to need a little bit more time because we found 1 million more files. They didn't get it from some third party. They didn't get it from some third party source. They didn't get these files from anywhere else, just out of the clear blue sky. The clouds opened up and 1 million new files just descended from the gods. What? Yeah, guys. 1 million new files that they've never seen before in their life. 1 million new files they've never seen before in their lives. They now have to comb through. And what's crazy about this is that they wait till tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow. You want to know why I say that? They just dropped this on Christmas Eve, the eve of Christmas Day. And tomorrow, we're all supposed to be running towards our windows, opening it up and going, good man, what day is it? Right? Why, it's Christmas Day, sir. We're supposed to be enjoying Christmas tomorrow, right? But no, they're going to be running to their X post and they're going to put up some more BS. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, another 500,000 files have suddenly been found. Why did they decide to drop this today? And they're probably going to drop some more bombshells tomorrow too. Why would they choose the day when everybody's busy either traveling, going and spending time with fam, busy trying to get last minute gifts if those stores are still open, wrapping those gifts, right? Getting all the things ready for Christmas Day. Why would they drop this new information right now? In hopes that we wouldn't react to this, ladies and germs. I'll answer the question for you guys because I can't hear you. But they're doing all of this right under the radar. They're waiting as we're all watching Associated Press do a live stream of Santa Claus flying through the air, right? While he's flying through the air, about to drop all these beautiful presents for all our little boys and girls, they're flying right under that radar. See what I did there? Oh, snap, I got bars. I got bars. But flying right under that radar to drop this little nugget now. Ain't that a little crazy? Ain't that a little crazy? Look, come here. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Come on. So here it is. This is just a little bit ago, guys. I'm not kidding. Little less than 3 hours ago. The U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York and the FBI have informed the DOJ that they have uncovered over 1 million more documents potentially related to the JE case. I gotta hit the dun dun dun. You gotta be kidding me. You can't be real with this stuff. But guess what? A million new documents just came out of nowhere. Oh my God. It's a Christmas miracle. Get out. Right? Crazy. Moving on. The DOJ has received these documents from the SDNY and the FBI to review them for release. In compliance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, notice that they're leaning on the Transparency Act now, existing statutes and judicial orders. We have lawyers working around the clock to review and make the legally required redactions to protect victims. And we will release the documents as soon as possible. Due to the mass volume of material, this process may take a few more weeks. The department will continue to fully comply with federal law and President Trump's direction to release the files. Now, here's the thing. It's not Trump's direction to release the files. It's the Transparency Act that was voted in by not only just the Senate, but the House, etc., to make sure that this thing actually goes down. But what's funny about this is that this is not actually going down swiftly enough. It's not going down on time. Friday was supposed to be the day, last Friday, not this Friday, but last Friday was supposed to be the day that all files were supposed to be released. How convenient that they suddenly now, on a freaking Wednesday, multiple days late from their deadline, that they suddenly say, oh, snap. In fact, my dog didn't eat my homework. In fact, he just buried it in the backyard. All that homework, I have it all here. But I need a little bit more time before I can turn it in. I just need to retype a few things and send it. Okay, okay, teach? Is that cool? And then I can get that A? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? This is actually happening in real time, guys, right before our eyes. 1 million documents just suddenly discovered, just covered in dust, somewhere in a dark, dingy basement of some federal building. Just suddenly somebody tripped, fell in the dark, looking for files. And after they tripped and fell, the flashlight that they were holding just rolls up and hits a stack, a mountain of files. And they're like, oh my God, like it's Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade or some crap. Suddenly they found the holy grail of Epstein files today. Yeah. I'm just letting that sink in for a second, guys. All of this is one big fat lie. And the reason why I'm chuckling is because I'm laughing to myself because I feel like I'm going insane. Doesn't it make you feel like you're going insane just a little bit? And we're all very logical, for the most part, logical, forward-thinking individuals. We're all intelligent and we're all geniuses in our own right. Right? But then there's a moment when you start feeling like you're going insane. Hence the whole cheating ex or, cheating boyfriend, girlfriend scenario, where they push you to the point where you feel like you're actually losing your mind. You actually start to believe. I'm not believing this, but you know what I mean. Get to the point where you're actually starting to believe the BS that they're feeding you. Maybe you are insane. Maybe you are losing your mind. Maybe this is all in your head, right? But actually, it's not. They're doing exactly what they need to do so that we can continue to be confused, so that the narrative out here is warped instead of just one good, clean through line. They're trying to make this so jacked up that we have other rumors and other fake news flying out here that it deters and deviates from us looking at the bad guys in the first place. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to throw us all off. so that at some point, the room starts to split. Hear me out. You don't think divisiveness could actually happen from when the DOJ comes out with information like this? You really don't think that there are people out here going, yeah, I believe them. Say what they need to say. Let them say what they're saying. They're telling the truth. You don't think that that's starting to happen right now? They just found 1 million more documents, guys. Let them go through the 1 million documents. They just found them, guys. You don't think that it could potentially split the room? Or that letter that he wrote to Larry Nassar? Somebody going to be out here, whether it's real or not, it's going to split the room. Now it's going to be people going after each other. The internet is going to start turning on each other. Kind of like what's going on with Charlie Kirk stuff. Am I wrong? Am I right? Have you seen what's going on with MAGA? There's a full-on civil war going on with MAGA right now. They're going after each other. Cannibalism 101 is what political cannibalism actually 101 is actually happening in real time with MAGA, all because of Candace Owens and her Candace Owens A's and the Charlie Kirk tragedy. Are we not seeing that? Think about it, guys. Think about it. This is nuts. They're throwing in everything they can. They're literally throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this situation because they want to cause confusion. They want to cause mayhem, chaos, etc. Because if there's mayhem, chaos, etc., we're too busy pointing the fingers towards each other than actually pointing at the people that deserve to be thrown into jail or should be looked at and investigated in, politically or socially ostracized, thrown in jail for what they've done, justice being served. But that's not what they're doing here. They're doing everything they can to avoid releasing information. Look at this, guys. This just one piece of information here one piece here in this BS tweet that we just saw that I think is very important. Due to the mass volume of material that just suddenly appeared on their lap. Suddenly out of nowhere appeared on their lap. Now they said this process couldn't take a few more weeks. So like we need an extension. We need more time on that stuff so that they can redact basically everything and protect any of the people that don't need protection and get them protected. Get their names redacted. That's all they're doing. And maybe throw in a whole bunch of red herrings in there as well to throw the American people off. The world off, actually, because everybody in the world gives a damn about this situation. They're playing us. Full on playing us, guys. Full on playing us. And you can miss me with the 1 million documents just been found. You realize that I got to keep this up here. I need you guys to see this for a second. You mean to tell me that the head of the Department of Justice, Pam Bondi, let's not forget the FBI, Cash Patel, didn't have any of this stuff at all? Just out of straight up luck, this is just straight up kismet that this stuff just suddenly showed up? You realize that their skills in their job is trash. One thing is for sure, your part of your job is actually being able to, I don't know, do a thorough investigation into things. You the head of FBI. You the head of the Department of Justice. You mean to tell me you didn't see these millions of files anywhere and suddenly you just found them out of nowhere? What, were they hiding on some random dude's external hard drive and you just happened to stumble upon this? Make this make sense. Make this make sense. That should be a reflection on you, on the heads of these two specific departments. In fact, U.S. Attorney of Southern District of New York should be looked at too. What the hell is this? You've had all this time from the moment that Pam Bondi went on that interview and said, these files are on my desk right now. We are going through them right now. And the guy's like, well, they must be wild. Have you seen any names in the files? Because everybody's really anxious about that list. I'll just say that we're looking at it and it's very interesting. She said that, right? Remember before she said there's no file or there's no list? You got 1 million more documents that have not ever been seen before, ever. Randomly just showing up at the clear blue sky. And you mean to tell me there's no names of interest in any of these millions plus documents surrounding this dude, Jeffrey Epstein? This is dumb. This is a level of dumb I've never seen. Of the likes I've never seen before. And it's crazy to me because you got somebody, because as soon as she said those files don't exist, the list doesn't exist, and the video, right, Trump, of the jail, see what had happened was the cameras, because they're so old school, they turn off at a certain time. They just turn off at a certain time, and then they turn back on after about a minute or so. So we're working on trying to get as much as the information, as much as the footage as we can, so we can stitch it all together so we have more transparency for everybody out there. Right, Trump? Yeah? Yeah. He came in. Everybody was reacting, be like, this chica needs to step down. But back then he said, no. She's a very smart woman. Smartest woman I've ever seen. Smarter than my wife, Melania. He was there protecting her then too. Why? Because he's willing to put out tweets like this? Because he's willing to throw out just a slight peppering of fake files in the files like this? Because she's willing to bend a knee to whatever Trump wants or says? Is that the reason why he still has her in office? Yeah, Yata. Yes, even Voidzilla or CoffeeZilla. I know he has like two different accounts, but it's insane. Even he was looking at that stuff and going, wait a second, something's rotten in Denmark. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. The water doesn't smell right in this situation because it's not right. Something's unclean. Something's very unclean. And it's not Jeffrey Epstein, which, yeah, he is the epitome of unclean, but it's not him. It's what's going on here. We already know that he's unclean. We already know that Jeffrey Epstein is unclean. We're talking about the DOJ. We're talking about the Trump administration doing everything they can to cover whose ass? Whose ass are they trying to protect and cover? This is insane, y'all. So let's take a look at this. Talking about the 1 million more files that have been found that have never been seen before, all right? That are suddenly coming out of nowhere that will be released in the coming weeks. You got to be kidding me. So the DOJ has said that there are over 1 million files related to Epstein that are actively working to make public in the coming weeks. So the DOJ said on Christmas Eve. So like I said, I'm waiting for the DOJ to come out tomorrow with some other bombshell. They're going to be like, oh yeah, and actually the files that we have, the million of files, We don't know which is real and what's not, but we're just going to give it to you anyway. Okay? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. Peace and blessings. That's what they're going to do. That's exactly what they're going to do. Tomorrow they're going to throw us some BS curveball, and they're expecting us to just be cool with it. Well, at least they're putting out the files. At least they're putting out the files, man. Y'all been talking about bitching and moaning and complaining about it. At least they're putting out the files. They could at least do us the favor and sift through the crap and take the crap out. But they ain't doing that. They don't want to do that. This is all a big fat ass con. Oh my God. So anyway, we already know about all of this. The statement comes amid reports that Trump's White House is taking control of the DOJ's X account. What in the is going on, y'all? The DOJ's X account has been taken over by the White House. Why? Why? Is it Caroline? Is she the one who's actually controlling it, putting all this BS out here? Who's the one running around taking over the account? Think about that for a second. Who does that? In an effort to more aggressively combat the narrative surrounding the Epstein file release. What? Who is going on there and saying, yes, so just so you know, the stuff that you've been seeing, some of that stuff ain't real. Just so you know. We ain't going to tell you what is real and what's not, except for that letter. That ain't real. But yeah, everything else you got to figure out for yourself. Peace out. Peace and blessings. Happy holidays. What? What? The move became apparent this week as the DOJ came out swinging on social media to counter online speculation about Trump and unproven allegations made in the latest Epstein file release. This included claiming that a prison postcard, which we already talked about, allegedly written by Epstein to former piece of trash, nasty mother lover Larry Nassar, was faked. Which we already know about all that. But here's the thing. She's not writing these, she or anybody else that's part of the DOJ is not writing these posts on X right now. Somebody within Trump's White House is running point on the mother-loving posts written on the DOJ X on their X profile. Why? She should be running point right now, hard in the paint. She should be doing and burning the midnight oil right now. Oil, midnight, not so great. Makes me think of Diddy. But you get what I'm saying. The oil, that midnight oil, okay? She should be the one up there, pacing back and forth, making sure everything is looked at and victims' names that don't want to be made public are actually redacted. But no. And she's the one who should be giving us transparency through their X profile or their X account on X, right? But no. It's somebody within Trump's White House that's doing this. So who is it? Who is it? It's for damn show not Pam Bondi. So who is it? We got another report here too. So there's even more Epstein documents dropping, which we already know. More than 1 million, in fact. That's according to a post that we saw from the DOJ that was not written by anyone in the DOJ. Just so you know. Was not written by anyone in the DOJ. So the DOJ reports that the FBI and the attorney for the Southern District of New York have given them this new trove of documents to review for release. Here's the other thing, too. Everyone needs to start looking at Kash Patel. I'm sorry. They need to look at this attorney for the Southern District of New York, and they most definitely need to look at the FBI. Because how could the FBI suddenly just come up with these files that have never been seen before and have never been released before ever and seen by anyone in the government at all. This is terrible. Which we already know that they're working around the clock. Now they're doing that, right? So the new stockpile of files could contain names and images of celebrities never before linked to Jeffrey Epstein. As you know, we've already seen some huge names in the files, including that of Donald J. Trump. We reported, this is from TMZ, so they say we reported Tuesday that there's a document where someone apparently told authorities Trump and Jeffrey Epstein committed a crime on a female, allegedly. When we reached out to the White House, they referred us to a DOJ statement that some of the evidence in the files is sensationalized and false, especially claims, quote unquote, made against Donald Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before his election or right before the 2020 election. How interesting is that? That they're like, oh, yeah, the stuff that especially the stuff about Trump is fake. Everybody else, you could look at them funny. Definitely look at Kevin Spacey, Michael Jackson, Woody Allen, Diana Ross, Richard Branson, Bill Clinton, David Copperfield, and the sort. Go ahead and side-eye the hell out of all of them because that's weird. But them, seeing any photos of Trump, all of it's fake. Any allegations against Trump, fake. And the same people that are saying that don't look at Trump, look at all these celebrities over here. They're the same people that are running the DOJ's X account right now. That is insane. Let me repeat again. Their job, the DOJ's job, is not to protect Trump. It is not. But this is what we're seeing in real time, guys. Unfreaking believable.
It may be Christmas even in the U.S., but those working to release more of the Epstein files are not taking a holiday. CNN has learned the U.S. Justice Department has just asked career prosecutors in Florida if they'd be willing to volunteer over the next several days to help redact more files. That means that we could see a new batch of photos and documents over the coming days. With few exceptions, the department was legally required to release all of the Epstein files 5 days ago. The latest batch released included a series of FBI emails from 2019 that cite 10 co-conspirators. The names of those alleged co-conspirators remain a mystery. Now, CNN crime and justice correspondent Caitlin Ponce is tracking developments for us. Thank you for joining us, of course, on this Christmas Eve. Just give me an update first. When do we expect to see these files? We know that the Department of Justice is working overtime to get them out. They're already 5 days delayed. What happens next here? What's going on?
It's going to take weeks. The Justice Department is now saying that publicly in a statement just now that says that they have found 1 million more documents.
I'm sorry, they're buying more time. That's all they're doing. They're trying to buy more time so that they can get rid of stuff. They're trying to get stealthy with this stuff, guys. That's what I truly think. They're trying to get stealthy with this, and they're trying to find a way to get out of this situation as best as they can. That's it. And cover up as best as they can. That is it. That's all they give a damn about. They do not care about anything else. They're trying to cover up their own butt, and that's it. I'm serious, guys. That is it, y'all. Trying to cover up their own butt. Moving on.
Potentially related to Jeffrey Epstein from the federal prosecutor's office in Manhattan, the Southern District of New York, as well as the FBI. Here's a quote from that statement. It was just posted on social media about an hour ago. In compliance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, existing statutes, and judicial orders, we have lawyers working around the clock to review and make the legally required redactions to protect victims. We will release the documents as soon as possible. Due to the mass volume of material, this process may take a few more weeks. And that comes after.
Okay. Now, let me just say this also. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say the obvious part too. They've had ample time to go through all these files. Remember way back when Pam Bondi was being asked about, I understand that you have the files. And she's like, they're sitting on my desk right now. Right. And they're like, well, what did you see? Have you seen anything? And she's like, well, it's been very interesting so far. We've been looking at them, and so what we've seen has been really interesting, right? So she's had plenty of time to go in there and redact. She's had plenty of time to redact. Get people in there to redact names and do whatever she needs to do. Plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time, and she has not done that. And now they're going, but we need time because we got the other stuff that we still are redacting right now. Damn, this whole thing's getting ridiculous. We need more time for redactions. When in actuality, they're getting lazy. They're just blacking out hundreds of pages. For what reason? Not to protect these victims, guys. I tell you that one more again, not to protect these victims. But I'm telling you right now, too, guys, Pam Bondi is not being looked at in a great way on both sides of the aisle.
Justice Department's failure to meet the deadline to release all, that's what the law requires, all of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna and Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, they authored the law, announced late last night that they will bring inherent contempt charges against Attorney General Pam Bondi. In a statement, Khanna called the DOJ's failure to comply with the Epstein Files Transparency Act, quote, an obstruction of justice, unquote. CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen joins me now. Jake, walk me through what this means that the two lawmakers are trying to set in motion and what it might mean for the Attorney General, if anything.
Well, what it might mean, Major, is a potential $5,000 a day fine after a 30-day grace period. Our audience will remember on the 19th of this month is when these Epstein files were due in full to be delivered to the American people in some kind of searchable format. That has not happened. We've seen a trickle come out even as early as overnight from Monday into Tuesday. The Department of Justice has said these filings and these drops of documents are going to continue as attorneys continue to sort through them, redact sensitive information, and then release them. But again, the language of the law was very clear, which is what Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie have pointed to, which is that these files should have come out on the 19th in full. What this would mean is potentially a $5,000 a day fine, if not potentially moving further to hold Attorney General Bondi and potentially Deputy Attorney General Blanche in contempt of Congress. That being said, Major, Khanna said on a media appearance earlier this week that this really is not about those two. It's about President Trump and holding these powerful men who were associated with Jeffrey Epstein accountable. As you know, there are a number of documents potentially relating to co-conspirators who were never indicted that he wants to see released. And he said that that's really what this is about, forcing information that has not yet been out before this 30-day grace period. He's willing to give these members of the Department of Justice out.
Listen, Pam Bondi is probably trying to use this, we found 1 million new files out of nowhere, as an excuse to try to buy herself some time so that she doesn't get in trouble. You got to remember, there's a bipartisan reaction to this. They are all filing to impeach Pam Bondi right now as we speak. It's already been drafted. This is not a situation where they're just waiting anymore. They're about to submit after the holidays. They're going to submit the paperwork that they've already drafted to get her impeached. This, I think, is another act, another move. We found 1 million new files. That's why we need more time, guys. We're trying to give you guys transparency, but we need more time. There's millions and millions of files, don't you see? We need time to redact these things. She's using this, and the FBI is trying to help her cover up certain things, and of course, trying to keep her in office. Why? Because there's no one else that is willing to do this job like Pam Bondi's doing this job for Trump. I said it. I don't care, but she is literally trying everything she can to keep this job. Kash Patel is trying to keep her in that job. It is a collaborative effort to try to get her to keep that job. You also got the likes of Todd Blanche, who works underneath her. He is the attorney. He is the attorney deputy, he's the deputy. Okay, he is the one right underneath her that is literally out here trying his best to cover up and make it seem like this is all one innocent attempt at trying to respect the victims, when in actuality, it's not true. It is not true at all. It is all lies, and they keep giving us the fake news over and over and over again. But real quick, guys, there is something, and it's frustrating. And before we go into the super chats and everything, because I do need to go into the super chats here very shortly. I do have something I haven't done in a really long time. It's time for things I find dope. And in things I find dope, there is a Christmas miracle that just happened to a good friend of mine. His name is Jeffrey Woodson. Really good guy. amazing cameraman, and something just happened. And I don't really do this segment very often, this things I find dope segment. But this is very important because, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up now, because something is going to be happening in the next couple days that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you guys. And this is something that is unprecedented. This is something that has never been, this is wild. All right. I have to share this story with you guys really quick because it is truly a Christmas miracle. Now, my friend Jeffrey, which I'm going to show you right here, has been battling sickle cell anemia for his entire life. And then just a few days ago, after doing this experimental clinical trial, he is the second person in the world to ever be cured by this procedure of sickle cell anemia. This is a huge freaking deal. Huge. It's unprecedented. Something that's so wild. Found out about this from him and from this video. And there's a reason why I'm sharing this with you guys, because again, this is something so unbelievable. It is literally a miracle. He is the second person to ever be cured doing this particular procedure that doesn't require matching bone marrow or matching, blood types and all that stuff. Second person in the world to ever be cured. It's a massive, massive deal. And this is very important for those of y'all who know anyone, because we all know at least someone in our family or our family friends or friends of friends or actual friends that are battling sickle cell. He's being cured. Take a look.
Essentially,
try that again. The clap, and you guys didn't hear it.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
We just got back from Jeffrey's appointment and met with the head research team, and they had some news to share with us.
So as of today, I'm officially sickle cell free.
I'm gonna hit it again.
Which is overwhelming to think of, but they told me essentially that my hemoglobin S that carries the sickling is normally at a 50%, and as of last week on the 17th, it was at a 4%, and so after what they see today, it'll be even lower. So thank you all so much for supporting us through this.
They have completely edited out the gene that even carries sickle cells. So Jeffrey currently no longer carries the sickle cell gene in his DNA. And he is the second person in the world to ever have this done, which is very exciting news. They even asked him if he wants to be on TV. So who knows what's happening, but we wanted to share we're having the best Christmas gift of all besides Jesus. And we wish you all a Merry Christmas and hope that you have hope and a healthy new year.
Now, I have to say, I am very excited for my boy, Jeffrey. And this is an amazing situation because this is so wild. And of course, I wanted to give this to you guys. We don't get to really talk about things that are really dope and things that are positive and things that are amazing out here. This is amazing. And this is definitely a Christmas miracle. And I know, I've known this guy for a long time, and I know his struggles, and I know about the procedure and what he had to go through. I mean, he had a whole head of hair, and he had, and he weighed a whole lot more. He lost a lot of weight. He lost his hair, all that for this particular procedure. But now he can go back towards health and be healthy again, right? Because of this amazing news. Now, one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I am being blessed to get the first interview with him. So on the 26th, so the day after Christmas, we will be having, hopefully it will be live, but we will be having a live interview face to face where I get to talk to him and ask him everything about his struggles with sickle cell to the procedure and what his life is going to be like from this point on. Again, like I said, there's a lot of people, especially in the African American community, that battle with sickle cell. I think this is a very, very important piece of information, a very, very important interview that I want to bring to you guys and bring awareness to you guys out there, because there is something out there that is actually helping people, where it doesn't have to be a super, super evasive type of procedure. He did not need to have, from my understanding, he did not need to have a second person or a second party with matching DNA or matching blood types or anything of that sort to be able to actually do this procedure. There is hope out there. And it looks like there could possibly be a real cure out here. So we will be talking about that in a day or two, something like that, on the 26th. I'm really looking forward to bringing him on, because I think this is a very important conversation that we are going to have, and hopefully it will be live. And again, that is truly a Christmas miracle. I am so excited for him, because I know the ups and downs, the roller coaster ride he definitely went through. Okay. Just so you know, New Leaf, just so you know, he said it was almost like that, but not really. Because he lost his hair, he lost a lot of weight. You know, he went through a procedure for sure, and it was almost like he had the same reaction as if he was on chemo. Just so you know, okay. But like I said, I'm going to be asking him all of these questions. I'm going to be asking all these questions, because literally they went into his DNA and they deleted the sickle DNA from his DNA. Like, that's some wild stuff. You see what I'm saying? Science is science, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, science. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. But let me get some of these super chats. But like I said, it'll be on the 26th, day after tomorrow. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that in the community, on the community post and all that. Okay. But again, Christmas miracle. That's what I find dope today. I wanted to share that with you guys, because we haven't done something uplifting as far as great news about things in a while. And this, to me, is beyond dope. It's incredible. It's a miracle. So let me get some of these. Brother, thank you so much for the love. How about a moment of silence for Adam the Woo, a great content creator who gone too soon? Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, we could definitely do a moment of silence for Adam the Woo. I honestly do not know his work, but I did hear that he did pass away, which is obviously very, very sad news, of course. But yeah, let's just do a little moment of silence for Adam the Woo. Okay. But thank you, brother, for that suggestion. Lynn, thank you so much for being a member for over 17 months. Thank you so very much. Wishing you a healthy, happy new year for all your family. Thank you for all you do. You are amazing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're amazing too, Lynn. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Fly Gal, thank you so much for the love and being a member for the past 20 months. I appreciate you. Thank you for your hard work, Pascal. Happy 2026. Yes, thank you. Same to you. We all need a good 2026. 2025 was hella hard. It was hard, and it's like ending, trying to make sure we remember it, you know. But I am really looking forward to saying goodbye to 2025. Let me just say that really quick. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family, Only M, and thank you so much for gifting one membership. I do appreciate that. Welcome to the family, that you new member. Thank you so much for becoming a member. All I ask for you guys to do is to pay it forward. All right? Pay it forward. Only M just gave you some love. Pay it forward. It's very simple. Open the door for somebody. Tell somebody Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, as you pass by. Okay, moving on. Jamie, thank you so much for the love. If we are focusing on the fluff, why no focusing on the allegations by the victims? They should be believed. 110%. If all that is a fugazi, but we're all looking at that stuff, shouldn't we be looking at the stuff that's being, all the allegations from the victims? I agree. We should be looking at them too. They should all be on the table, and they need to do their due diligence. That's what I truly think. Like I said, a cover-up is happening. I don't know why it's happening this way, but it is. Mimi, thank you so much for the love on both super stickers. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Super May, thank you so much for the love. Pascal, I'm so happy to see you on Christmas Eve. Every show is a gift to us. Oh my gosh. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you guys. That really means a lot. Thank you so very much. That really means the world to me. Thank you. I love what I do. It's a blessing. It's a gift that I get to be on here every day. And again, the fact that I'm still breathing, still alive, and being able to talk to you guys about this stuff, any stuff, and you guys are spending your time with me is always a blessing. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Black Anonymous, what's up? So happy for your friend Pascal. Yes, so am I. Because it is amazing. And it's not every day that you hear a story like that. Again, his life expectancy is now longer because he does not have that in his system anymore. It's amazing. And I can't wait to pick his brain and ask all the questions, right? All the needed questions I'm sure you guys have regarding this. Okay. But again, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to every single last one of y'all. Happiest of holidays. Let me just say this really quick too. If something breaks, if there's some breaking news that goes on late tonight or tomorrow, I'll be on for sure. If not, which I hope nothing big breaks tomorrow, I'll be on with my friend Jeffrey, chopping it up and talking about this whole situation on the 26th. I think we all deserve a day off. 2025 deserves a day off. But anyway, I hope you guys get to have a great Christmas or a great holiday. Hopefully it's around people that you love or at least can tolerate. And I hope you get all the gifts that you want. But here's the thing, like I always say, or I've been saying lately, you don't have to worry about presents because your presence is the present. Don't forget that. But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. Make sure you hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on these other platforms. If you are watching on these other platforms, make sure you hit that follow button. Follow. Subscribe here on my main channel right here. Go check out my other channels, The Pascal Show, Clips, and Pascal Raw. Subscribe there. Hit the notification bells, set them to all so you know whenever I go live. Hit that join button down below. Support the channel if you can. Check out my Patreon if you want to support even further. And of course, check out PascalMerch.com. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Much love to you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to every single last one of y'all. If you're going to go out and drink some spiked eggnog, make sure you got a DD, a designated driver taking you home. All right? Arrive alive. We'll be talking here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.